What is going on, guys? It's Burgas here. Welcome to another Cow Dragons video. Today I'm going to talk about my new KVK and also my new alliance. I'm going to talk about what happened with SG, why I'm not there anymore. Then I'm going to jump over why I picked my current alliance. And for the people who don't know, even though that I make one stream already, I'm in the okay, this is Cock, but in general the main alliance is Cock, why I'm there, how I pick this alliance, and basically everything you need to know in this direction. From there I'm going to jump over the KVK overview, against who we're going to play, I mean how strong is going to be this alliance, and etc. And finally what's most likely legions and what I'm going to do in the next KVK. I mean the first like skeleton plan that I have in my mind, because I have like two new heroes. We're going to talk about them. This is Sivuna is not that new hero, to be fair, but Elio, so I actually plan to put them in my legions. But yeah, this is going to be at the end, most likely on the end of this video. So first thing first is why I'm not in SG anymore. What happened there? Well, with couple words, when I was in MFD, Crazy Moo connect me. I think I have a, oh my god, I think I have a separate video over this, but long story short, I get recruited and I jump in SG. So I joined there, everything was looking fine. I mean, the thing was, this alliance was something that survived over 10 seasons. And you know, in these days, if you're not having some strong alliance to count on, some leadership that make or optimize the whole process of leadershiping. I mean, here is the thing, the new builded leadership in the majority of the cases survive like 1, 2, or 3 seasons at best. But if this leadership find a way to make the processes, to make the things more easy, to not, you know, burn out, they can actually survive for a very long time, if not like 2 years. And this is something that, you know, I saw like in SCG, that maybe they have already built this optimization of their work in the leadership, so they're consistent, because they was together like 10 seasons plus. And yeah, but the moment I joined there, we make 1 season. I can say we basically did a very nice season, where we was having, you know, advantage at one places, not that solid advantage at the final zone. I really don't know, did I make some videos or live streams with SCG in the final zone fights? But one thing I can say is, on this channel we're going to have so many streams. Okay, by so many, understand like maybe 1-2 streams per week. It may happen, especially if there is something that I can actually stream, because, you know, just to stream for the stream and sitting and don't know what to say in the stream is not actually the thing I'm looking for. So yeah, expect a lot of streams. If you enjoy this type of content, obviously subscribe and turn the bell notification. But anyway, we did very nice. There was organization, everything was knowing what is happening. There was a lot of ping in the Discord. What I mean by that is, if we go somewhere, we go to fight, there is a ping. There is a different pings with different colors for the different situations. And a day I get like 10 pings on average. That means that alliance was very active and was already sorted out how to proceed with those pings and make all the whole work very easy to be understanding and also to follow. So I can say maybe that was the alliance with the most pings I have ever received in Cow Dragons. But anyway, at the end of the season, the leadership, just basically the leader, the rank 5, because, you know, the leadership is many people, it's just not like one person, but rank 5s are like 1, maybe 2 persons. So yeah, the rank 5 decided to go, and it was like, what we're going to do now, because I was at the middle of, you know, I was not planning, looking, searching for new alliance. That's why I actually make some video there where I share that I'm looking for my alliance, but I already have some people in my mind, and this is the place right now where I have been joined. Now, right now, I'm in the now this is the alliance Cock, but normally it's Cog. I'm part from the Roots of War first team, so obviously expect to have a lot of streamings here, especially the Roots of War. Now, obviously, I have I can take out the markers. I'm in the Discord following what is happening, but it's not going to be something that I'm going to share on the stream. It's just going to be something like a fight watch party where I'm going to play, and if somebody want to ask some question, it can write me. But I really enjoy this type of fights, and I really want to share it with more people. And obviously, on my side, I'm going to reduce the exposure of our strategy as much as I can. But yeah, this is one of the new things that I am part from the main team. So far, I didn't actually care that much about Roots of War. For me, Roots of War was just like 10 extra gems 10 extra, not the gems, 10 extra gold heads, where, you know, it's better to get them, and if you can't, so it was not something that I care, especially when the Roots of War is something like a timing. You basically have to be at specific hour there. Till, for example, you know, when some huge events start, you can, you know, join after like 1 hour, or you can join 1 hour before, you can join like 2 hours after, and stuff like this. But for Roots of War, you have to be there at this time, and you have to, you know, lock in 1 hour slot. So yeah, it was a little hard for me because, you know, for the people who is in my Discord, I'm playing like 4 games right now. I'm playing Rise of Kingdom. Yeah, that's right, I'm playing Rise of Kingdom. I'm in my first KVK, working over my Sunzu and Yasuji and my equipment. Oh my god. So, you know, there is other events at other places, but I really try this season to be extremely active, or as active as I can, especially in the Roots of War. So yeah, I'm in the first team. We're going to have a lot of fun with Roots of War. By the way, for the people who is interested in the other games I'm playing, you can find the link of my Discord in the description of this video. From there you can join and basically see. If you enjoy some of those games, you can obviously play them with me. But yeah, this is one of the things. I'm part of the row. Normally something that I avoid for like last 2-3 seasons. I really was looking something chill that I may be there or I may not be there. But if you're, you know, in the first team, you have to be there. You have to be there. People are counting on you. You cannot disappointing. The other thing in this alliance is the requirements, and I can say this alliance is entering in 0.1% in form of requirements. Now, from what I remember, because I really don't want to open the Discord, is going to be the requirements is going to be your attack power that you're having. If you make like 15% from your power in form of merits, that means for me maybe it's going to be like 20 million merits, you're going to get some points. You have a specific number of deaths, you get some points for deaths. You have specific number for building, or maybe destruction, or building, or just building, and in total you have to hit like 20 points, for example, and only 15 you can actually get from merits. So you cannot just go and farm some merits. You have to also either have some deaths or having some crazy building time. So here I can say the requirements is actually, you know, forcing you to play. And after all, if you don't want to be in the extremely active alliance, maybe don't go there, because this is the normal requirement that one active alliance is going to ask from you. So I'm going to give everything from me. That's why I'm saying that there's going to be a lot of streams, because you know, when I'm playing, especially when I'm fighting, for the people who know me, you know that I like to share the experience in the fight, going over the reports, you know, moving around, hitting from this side, hitting from other side. Obviously, I get a lot of stream snipes. I get a lot of scouts when I'm doing streams, which is a little annoying, especially the calf bombs, brother. If so, there was one dude, I remember I was having bitter end on my mage legion, and this dude non-stop was spamming some crazy strong cavalry legion, and every time he strike me, I lose like 2k deaths. Every time he strike me with his cavalry. On top of that, he was reducing a lot my legion exposure, how many I have in legion. So he make 3 hits and I have to refresh my legions. And yeah, even though that this thing can happen or may happen, I don't care, and I really plan to do a lot of streams this season. So the requirements are on the top. It's very high requirements in this alliance. This is some of the leadership of the MFD. Definitely a bad boys that know what they're doing. And to be fair, I really like the way MFD was playing. I don't know what happened with those dudes, how they stop playing, then they start playing. Maybe, you know, I have my things in my head why this happened, but yeah, this is part from the leadership of MFD. So those bad boys know exactly what they're doing. So this is one of the reasons I'm in the COG, because there's organization. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I was going to go in some alliance that is more like chill gameplay, you know, just chilling here. But at the end of the day, if there's some fights and people are just chilling, you may end up to be you and like 5 people against 150 people. And there is nothing fun there, because you basically cannot do absolutely nothing in a situation like this. Maybe you can spam infantry, maybe you can go and go with Nea, with Kuma, trying to do some cheese, trying to grab some extra merits. But at the end of the day, this is a war game, this is a team game. So 2 chill alliances is not something that I'm looking for. And right now I can say I'm in one of the alliances with the highest requirements I have ever seen in Cow of Dragons. So yeah, in form of benefits in this alliance is basically that everybody is working for the same goal like you. I don't expect too many AFK, I don't expect too many deadweight or something like this. So I'm extremely positive for what may actually happen. In this alliance. Now let's talk about who we're going to play. So far, this is the brink of war, so most likely we already witness how the buffs is going to be done. The first place is having like score of close to 500 million. The second place is like close to 400 million. So I don't think this one, the second alliance, is going to boost like 25%, or yeah, basically 25% to catch up, especially in the gathering force. It may happen, it may not, I don't know. But yeah, so far I think 808 Kingdom is going to grab the first buff, and most likely we're going to finish like this. Now there may be some changes between the first and the second place, because they're very close, but from there we're on the place number 4. This is the place number 5 and place number 6. Now from point of rewards, the first place obviously is going to get some damage due, the second also some damage due. It's like 1%. This is affecting, by the way, every damage you're doing. It can be your artifact damage, pet damage, hero skill damage, counter attack, basically everything you're doing in form of damage. So those buffs are something that, yeah, everybody want to have, but we most likely is going to end up with the Legion March speed bonus of 3%. And 3% is not a game changer, to be fair. If it was like 5%, maybe I was going to think, why not we get the March speed? Because the more fast you jump in the fight, the more fast you hit, the more fast you are from your enemy, the enemy is not going to be able to escape you. And this has happened many times in my gameplay in Cow Dragons, where we were fighting for the Thunder Rock, and one of the sides is like giving you 10% March speed, the other side is giving you 5% counter attack. Getting this 10% March speed, brother, their mages cannot escape from my mages. So obviously the March speed is something extremely important, but they managed to do it like 3%, so yeah, it's not something that I'll target at the end of the day. Still, the 3% damage boost is the best thing you can get in every second other damage duel, because again, this is affecting your whole gameplay, your whole damage, garrison, rally, whatever. And having 3% for the rally, this pets, heroes, stuff like this is crazy. So let's talk about who is going to be. So far, we're looking over Brink of War, how the things are here. I want to point something about this game, not this game, but this stage. Yo, guys, in the first stage is where you do a shadow throws. As you can see, I was not even able to finish it, and this is because after the latest update in my when you go out and you're looking to do something like Darkling Patrols, I mean Dart Guards, you know, those guards, something that I witness is I have this CP items on, and right now it's still on. I have no idea how these things end up to be always on, but if you're saving your CP points for this stage in the Brink of War, definitely check it out. This thing, are you have it on, and always keep an eye over this. Now I don't know how this thing actually changed, why use the CP items. I guess I use it, yeah, because I was doing the shadow throws, but before that, after one of the updates, this thing was on and actually just take all of my CP. And normally I make around like 5-6 millions in my score, but right now I was only able to get scoring from my training. And what you can do in the Brink of War is start tier 5 training with this 100 where is this thing, yeah, with this 10,000. Start the training over your 5 camps when there is a buff for a speed and title and etc. before you actually start the Brink of War. Like this, you're just going to generate tons of points when this stage actually hit. So this is what I actually do, but I get like 2.4 millions. It was just not enough. The main reason is this change that appear in my Legion, and I didn't notice, and I spent all of my CP points at the end of the day. But anyway, let's check out my matchup, how the things is going to be. Now I am on the right side. This is going to be with 403 and 808. Now 808, as you can see, is on the first place, but the other one we are at the place number 4, and 403 is at the place number 6. So I can say it's, you know, balanced to some extent, because the first two, the second and third place, with the 5th place against the 1st, the 4th, and the last place, it's really actually looking balanced in form of how much effort the people are putting in this competition. So should I actually go and check out which alliances are there? I'm going to go and make a short check out over the alliances. This is 22. This is VIP 22. VP 22. This is old friends there. I really don't know who is. Yeah, Zell. Yeah. I already fight against them before, like 1 year and something. Um, I really don't remember who was their leader. I think it was something like Max. But yeah. Anyway, this is a very solid auto lance that are still fighting. As we can see, they have like 13.5 million power. They're on the second place, and they're very solid. This is what I can say. They are very solid. And here is the thing with the old alliances that survive for a very long time. They actually build a connection with their members, because here is the thing: you're going to make a new alliances, you're going to get the whales and krakens, but these whales and krakens don't know you. There is some hype around your alliance, so when the hype finish, is those people still going to be there? I mean, there's just so many questions in your head when you're recruiting and building something full of very strong people. That is this thing going to survive even one season? And boy, I have seen this over and over again. A lot of alliances don't survive, but this one is an old G alliance, very solid one on the second place. Now let's jump over the other one. That's going to be with us. 808 is going to be with us. So this alliance is having, okay, maybe this like 6.2 million power. I really don't know. I don't have the power of each of those alliances. Maybe it's this ATSV. Let's check it out. This one, yeah, this is a well 2.6. I guess the people are spreaded in these alliances, so we may not actually see the full potential of this alliance at one place. So yeah, you have like 6 billion at one place, 2 billion at other place. So people are just spread it around the alliances. Right now they're boosting, they're getting some points for their shields, so it's absolutely normal. Can I see some other alliance here? 800 and 22. 808 and 22, brother. Okay, this is the other alliance that is going to be against us. They're having like 9.9, close to 10 billion power. But yeah, when the fight start, maybe it's going to be more accurate to actually make a video when, you know, this thing actually start and see how the things will go. But yeah, this is so far the map, how the things are looking. Season introduction, other matchup. No, I don't care about the other matchups and stuff like this. But yeah, this is very nice, by the way, because the game just, you know, give you opportunity from this to zoom out, look for the next KVK just to see who is fighting against who. Now, something else that I promise is going to be at the end of the video is going to be the legions I may actually use. Now, right now, the legions I'm having, this is going to be mostly mages, because, you know, I'm mage main. Obviously, I'm going to still use like Kuma with Goresh, or Goresh Kuma. I'm still going to use Nea with Urak for some strikes here and there, or Nea with Kuma with some crazy pet doing some crazy damage. I still going to do that, but my main gameplay is going to be obviously one infantry. But if the infantry finish, what I'm going to use? It's going to be Yumin Grumara. This is going to be one of the legions. The other one is going to be Verdun with Kantaman. So this is my two legions, obviously endgame legions. The other one is going to be Thunderlin with Talea. Talea, thanks to Generation 3 getting back tokens, I actually managed to fully awake her. And I can say I'm not that disappointed from her. She's actually a good hero. But the other heroes, so far we have 3 legions: Yuming, Verdun, and Thunderlin. This Generation 3, Generation 4, and Generation 5. Generation 1 and 2 is going to be changes there. What I mean by that is most likely I'm going to save Bertrand, or I may not actually save Bertrand, but I'm going to save Bertrand just because of the skill tower tree he's having. and pair him either with Helio or Seuna and Celestials. Obviously, this is going to look like a flying legion, which, you know, this hero is a flying one. The other two is also flying one. So they may actually look like flying on the map. But yeah, most likely it's going to be Bertrand with Helio, because I believe Bertrand is a very solid booster, by the way, of the spell damage. When Legion deals hero skill damage, they get 1 stack of Golden Mark hero skill damage. Can be triggered by skill damage, but not by continuous damage. Okay. So I'm going to test Bertrand with Helio, see how the things go here. This is going to be my 4th Legion. If, you know, Bertrand Helio don't work that much, I'm actually planning to do this test also in the Battle of Abyss and see how the things go there. I'm going to test Bertrand with Seuna. Now Seuna, definitely going to make her like 5-1, 5-1. This is my target. I most likely when the KVK start, I'm going to just invest some of my legendary tokens. By the way, guys, I want to point out something. I jump for, you know, WoW close to mid spender to WoW spender. What I mean by that is I'm actually not spending that much on the game. This one is not even refreshed, so I'm going to refresh it, and maybe it's going to be these 2 packs. I didn't go for the daily deal for a very long time. So everything that I'm receiving in form of tokens is going to be either in the Roots of War or is going to be from my daily VIP 2 tokens that I'm going to receive. On top of that, Generation 6 mages are coming at one point. It's going to be after half year, but in half year, in 6 months, how many tokens you can actually get? You may actually get decent amount of tokens, or like 2 heroes to be awakened, because 6 months, this is like 180 days. So you're not going to get that much tokens. Okay, you're not going to get that much tokens. So I'm extremely careful with my tokens. The best thing I can do for Seuna is making her 5-1, 5-1-5. And actually getting this, the Legion gets some attack. The Legion range deals 7% more damage. Now, more damage, this can go up to 15%. This also apply for the artifact and all these things. When leading Flying Legion, get extra 15% attack, and its rage deals like 15% more damage. This is a crazy solid one. Here we're having some, you know, some healing stuffs, but yeah, it's going to be 5-1-5. Absolutely beast she's going to be, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's just so much investments from my side. Helio is going to stay like this. I'm not going to over invest in this hero. His first spell is doing like 2.4k damage, which is a crazy solid damage. I already make a video with the testing of this hero, so you can go and check it out. But yeah, at the end of the day, I have to work with what I'm having. You know, at the end of the day, if you don't have tokens, even the people tell you that make this hero this or make this hero that. If you don't have tokens, you cannot do nothing. So yeah, this is also the legions. Oh yeah, I actually share with you my 4th legion. That is going to be most likely Bertrand. I believe with Helio, and my 5th legion is going to be Seuna. Seuna most likely with Thea. I'm going to try Seuna Thea. Because, you know, with Celestials is going to be a very good one. So far we actually built like two flying legions, Bertrand, Helio, Seuna, Thea. I'm going to test Thea. If it's not working the way I'm looking for, the other approach is going to be Seuna with Mu Xiang, sorry about that. Seuna with Mu Xiang. If it's not working good and not good reports, I'm just going to try also Seuna with Velen. The good thing about the Velen is this critical that he's having, 10% critical, and from the spells or the talents Seuna is having, you have this one where you have focus, 10% chance to get 10% critical rate, so it end up like 20% critical, which is very nice. And also it's an AoE hero. even though it's way too aggressive and it's not having any kind of defensive mechanics. Like for example, Sewuna is having at least some healing. So I'm going to test Sewuna with these 3 heroes and decide what I'm going to do. The heroes that most likely I'm not going to use is going to be Lilia. Too bad this is a VIP hero. The game should not actually allow this thing to happen, because when people start playing Call of Dragons, you're starting from season 1, then you're jumping in season 2, and then, if I remember right, you're jumping to season 1, season 2, season 3, and then you're merged with season Starfire. If Lilia is not that good hero in season of Starfire, most likely people in season 1 is just not going to invest in this hero, because after 2 seasons, or let's say 6 months, this hero is going to be no longer be good even to be in your 5 legions. Okay, even to be in your 5 legions. So the game should actually do something about the Lilia. Not because I'm crazy fan of the Lilia, I really like this hero, but maybe this thing should be removed. I mean, this is a VIP hero, and we're at the stage of the game where we're just the heroes are competing for position, because we're hitting generation 6, we're having overall heroes, and it's not like before, like 1 year and a half, where the people struggle to actually build their 5 legions for the battlefield. Right now we're having our 5 legions, and we have in extra heroes, and we have overall heroes that are in extra. And yeah, if the game don't make something about the Lilia, most likely we're not going to see her anymore on the battlefield. So this is going to be one of the heroes. Tohar, I'm going to most likely not use him anymore, but it's going to be good for poking game in the castle. He's having pretty nice hero skill damage bonus. But still, he's having this stronghold garrison. Most likely I'm going to use him for garrison till I level up my Ewanir. This is other hero that I want to level up. It's just so complicated. Right now in Call of Dragons, it's needing so much tokens. New heroes pop up. The old heroes are still not builded. The game give us opportunity to, you know, take out your old heroes, get the tokens and invest them in other heroes, but it's like generation 3, but and now you're having generation 6, and you're having some overall heroes popping up that also need some investment. This is generation 6. Obviously this hero is going to be better from any generation 1 or generation 2 for sure. But anyway, this is so far for this video and short update over my plans, alliances, KVK legions. And speaking over heroes and building heroes, here I'm going to put one video about how the 5111 heroes is actually destroying the WoW Spender accounts. You can go and check it out and see why is that. See you there.